You can't outplay the long game with Yorion, because I didn't show you guys this because some of you may not know. El Toro, for example, I know he probably hasn't kept up with a lot of the latest set of Magic. With that companion, you have to have 20 more cards in your starting deck to have him as a companion. So that deck has 80 cards in it. So it's got way more value in that deck than our deck does. So our deck needs to kill him quick, and we didn't. So we got time to play a couple more matches. I'm gonna play this Izzet deck that what's that? Izzet Spells number 2. I'm gonna play this deck because it's pretty good. G-Wall, thanks for hanging out, buddy. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll text you some more about the logo ideas and let you know what we think of it. But yeah, we'll talk to you later, man. Have a good one and be careful at work tomorrow. We'll be on the play. We'll mulligan. We'll keep this. And we'll put back a Spectral Sailor. Alright. We'll lead with the castle and pass turn. So we've had a couple of new followers. So the Ardor, let's see. Yep, there's the Ardor. Thank you very much for following. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. And Sammy followed earlier. That's the last two. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. We'll flash in the Spectral Sailor here. And then we will we'll go ahead and get down this castle now because I need the land. We'll swing in for 1. Pass the turn. If they don't remove Spectral Sailor now or on their turn, then I'll flash in the Octopus on top of it. The guy's name escapes me. The playtest guy's name escapes me. We're going to flash this in and see if it sticks on the Spectral Sailor. Let's hope it does. I'm sure he has some kind of response, like a Bone Crusher Giant. Scorching Dragonfire. Okay, so this is interesting. This still resolves, and I cannot figure out why that is. Why that still resolves. Phil, that's it. Phil Manley. So basically, I got to play this creature for cheaper. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Phil. Well, that's cool, man. So he's going to try to. He's just going to try to host Magic, or is he going to try to get back into actually doing true events for Magic? We're going to try to stomp the Bone Crusher Giant here. I haven't talked to Phil since I saw him at the DMV year before last. Okay, so he probably has some kind of removal here. He's got some kind of stop set. We're just going to play this, run out Bone Crusher Giant again here. So what this deck is trying to do is get our value creatures down early, and then play Obosh when they're tapped out or when they don't have a response, and then we just kill them. I'm going to set a stop in their second main phase here. And the reason why, he may flash in. Okay, he's going to play that, it's fine. All right, so basically he wants somebody to run a store out of the back of it, LGS out of the back of it. So I put a stop here so I can try to bounce his Wilderness Reclamation before the triggers go into stack for bounce on his lands. Okay. So Storm's Wrath is fine. I'm going to go ahead and Brazen Borrower the Wilderness Reclamation. My creatures will die. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get Obosh out now and fully expect them to try to do something about it. But we'll see. If they don't do anything about it, then I potentially can kill them next turn if they don't have a way to stop it. But they probably do. They probably have expansion explosion or some craziness here. We'll see. Hey Sophia, thank you very much for following. Thank you. So at the end of the night, at the end of the stream, I'll share our other social media accounts and things like that, so we can try to give you all the means of how you can access our content, even if we're not online. I'm still working on my YouTube channel. I've got to get the video editing better, and that's the goal. So all that stuff's coming. I'll share the links shortly, and then I'll try to get them up on the screen so you can see it by the end of the next stream tomorrow. So this looks like expansion explosion. So he just untaps everything. I'm going to try to shock him here. He should counter it. So shock's actually going to do 4 damage to him instead of 2. He obviously has a response that I cannot stop. So if he were to brazen borrower Obosh, then it would only do 2 damage. And then he would put me in a situation where he could counter it coming down next turn. I don't know if Sophia even remembers me. It's been so long since I've seen her. Her and Sammy both. Okay, so he's going to copy my shock. Okay. Minus the chat in Billy's head, yeah. Okay. So we're definitely bringing in our counter magic plan. I don't think Flame Sweep does anything at all. Creatures. Does he have creatures? Probably. But I want to bring in Ash Shock, try to keep him off searching for stuff. I'm going to cut Shocks, even though that kind of won me the game last game. I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to cut a Merchant and an Iron Crag. So I didn't go with the deck tech for this because we just jumped right in it because we're getting late in the night. But this deck is all about dealing damage with the cards available in the mana restrictions, right? So Obosh, you can only use cards with converted mana costs that are odd. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, whatever. But I kept it below 5, right? So everything is Obosh cost and below. So we can kind of be more mana efficient. Don't want to get the curve too high. So we have Shocks to do 8 damage. We have Slay and Fire that does direct damage up to 4, which will be 8 if Obosh is on the field. And then we have the Iron Crag Pyromancer, which I can't keep this hand, but whenever I draw my second card, it deals 3 damage. Well, Opt will draw me my second card on the turn, and with Obosh out, that's 6 damage, right? And then the Merchant's also for discarding to draw, triggering the Pyromancer. All that sounds great if you have lands, right? So we're going to mulligan this hand. We'll keep this hand and pitch a Slay and Fire and see what we get. Because I feel like with an Opt, we can get it to a red source. All right. And we're actually going to flash in Spectral Sailor next turn or at the end of the turn and not do Opt. All right. He may have a dispute. He does. Much rather him dispute that than something else. We're going to get Terramander down here. Terramander, not Tarot. Pass the turn. Sammy's having trouble logging in. Did he use a password he's familiar with? We're going to dispute the Euro just to keep him off the card draw and the land drops. I'm going to opt main phase to try to get a mountain. I did. We'll shock it in and hit him for 1. Is it a password he's used to using? Did he have to set up a authentication type ordeal? All right, so they did get to resolve wilderness reclamation, which I did not want them to do. I really need brazen. I'm going to go ahead and bone crusher here so he can't counter it. Okay. I'm going to play the Pyromancer so it gets countered. I'd imagine he's going to counter it. He's either going to counter it or put a counter on Blast Zone. Okay. So we're going to swing in for 1. All right. So we don't have any draw effects right now. We could draw into 1. We'll see. We're probably just dead though. 2 reclamations. Not very good. Not good odds, rather. So we'll see. He could put 2 counters on Blast Zone, untap, kill, just blow Pyromancer up. Maybe that's what he's going to do. Looks like that's what he's going to do. Yep. Nope. So he just has a big ass. Sorry, excuse me. Big expansion explosion. Looks like. Yep. So he's going to get to draw 4 cards just to kill my Pyromancer. I don't really care about that. We're going to put out Bone Crusher Giant and yep, you let it resolve. We'll swing for 1. We're in trouble. This deck is probably about to go off and just kill us. So I'll link the Patreon stuff again in a few minutes. But what I want to do is try to set up some polls for the Tier 1 patrons to vote on. I put one out last week, but it was so new and we just got our first patron last weekend that I'm going to leave the poll up. So right now the poll on our Patreon account is to vote on what mechanic to build around from Kioria. I think I'm saying it right. Whether it's mutate, counters or cycling, I think that's what I put on there. So those are the 3 mechanics from the new set. I've already built a cycling deck that's kind of a carbon copy for some other decks, so but we can build one from scratch is what I'm saying. So I think we're going to try to resolve Obosh. If it doesn't stick, then I'm going to scoop it up. And I realize they may do that, and but not. I don't know who all the age ranges of people that are actually watching, or the people that may go back and watch. So I got to try to keep it kid friendly. All right, so because they do have the for mature audiences setting that I could do, but I'm going to try not to do that if I can help it, because technically Arena is, or Magic MTG is kid friendly, teenage friendly, so to speak. So. All right, so he's got his 3rd reclamation out. I don't see any world that we live in that we win this game. All right, so he's just going to, all right, so let's sweep it up. He's just going to blow Obosh away with Blast Zone. Yes, sir, good game. Good game. We're just going to run it back. We needed to draw our disruption spells, and we just didn't have any. We had one that we had to use earlier. We didn't have to use it on Euro, and I'm probably looking back, I probably shouldn't have. But it is what it is. So this will be our last match tonight. I'll spend the last bit wrapping up and going over the decks that we played tonight and sending out the the call to action stuff that we got to do and stuff like that, and get your feedback on how the stream went, how you liked it, what we could do